Sniperwolf just keeps getting worse. The last time I did a video about her is when she was supposed to sit there, and this is like maybe a couple years ago, when she was supposed to sit there and meet this little girl that was, dying of cancer. And the length and hoops that they had to sit there and jump through just to meet this woman was effing insane. It's like the woman had had a terminal illness, and the way that she acted was just like, oh, I got to sit there and do it when it's convenient for me. And now today, it's even worse because she doxed someone. This guy named Jacksfilms. She actually doxed them and then deleted the post on her Twitter, I think her Twitter or Instagram story, and was like, oh, I just came over there to sit there and talk to him in the middle of the night. And not only that, not only just how deranged and effed up that is, but who knows what kind of, because she has a lot of followers, who knows what kind of deranged person actually saw what this person lives. And now you're putting this man's family in danger because of some, and I'm going to sit there and say, petty internet beef. They've been going back and forth for years. Here's the thing about this woman. She's not good. Okay? Her content is like, I'm going to sit there and say, like the lowest form of content that you can actually put on the internet. And that is reaction videos. And reaction videos to me is basically just, well, really watching somebody else do stuff and reacting to it. It's like there's no effort. There's no effort to it. You're pretty much essentially being famous for other people's work. So it's not like she has good content to start to begin with. I remember years ago, and I think people forgot about this, the one time that she was, I guess, out and about or whatever, and this person couldn't pay for their groceries, and she had the nerve to sit there and be like all pissy and upset or whatever. And see, the problem with content creators like that, right, is that it just comes across as entitled, and it makes us all look bad in comparison. In a lot of ways, it's like you look at a so-called influencer, and you see somebody like that, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, lady, you really just like give us all a bad name. Like, granted, I'm not a fan of the word influencer, but unfortunately, that word still exists, and people still use it, so it is what it is. But now she is literally doxing people, right? And I don't know if that's like against the law, but I'm pretty 99% sure it's against YouTube's terms of service. The thing about her is because she brings in millions of views off of watching other people's content, YouTube has this thing where it's like, well, yeah, she did something bad, but she's making the company money, so we just gonna let this one slide. I bet you right now, until they make a huge stink about it, her channel's still going to be up. And the thing that's so messed up is that I've seen people's channels disappear over things that wasn't even as bad as what she did. But of course, because she brings in the money, they're probably just going to sit there and let it go. She's going to let this die over until she does something else that makes her relevant again in about 4 to 6 months. But I feel bad for the guy because the thing about the internet is that you just don't know. Like, there's so many deranged people on here that I don't know. I hope to God the best. I know internet, like people can go back and forth or whatever. That's one thing. And the sad part is that she was like, "Oh, well, I came there to handle things like an adult. You couldn't do it in the daytime." And you really need to sit there and film this? Because she literally was sitting there driving to this guy's house. So it's like, you weren't doing that to settle things. And at the very least, even if you were, this was more about content than about you sitting there getting to the point or whatever it is. Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't really have much to sit there and say about it except for, Sniperwolf once again does something to remind us that she is a horrible person.